More than 2,000 years ago, a powerful weapon was created in China. It could only be compared in power to the Kalashnikov rifle. It was probably the first rapid-fire weapon in history, although people were still far away from the invention of bullets and other modern gizmos. And if you don't understand why it's so cool, well, here's a simple explanation. The more shells a soldier can fire, the more efficient he is. And the Chinese warriors were incredibly efficient thanks to the repeating Zhuge crossbow. The action of stringing the bowstring, placing the projectile, and lowering the bowstring could be done with one hand. If you've seen medieval crossbows, you can imagine that this Chinese crossbow was very different. And thanks to the magazine case with bolts, the Zhuge crossbow could fire from 7 to 10 bolts in 15 to 20 seconds. But we're talking about the first version, while an upgraded version of this crossbow could also shoot 2 or 3 bolts simultaneously. For comparison, an ordinary crossbow can only shoot about 2 bolts per minute, and the best archer can shoot 10 arrows. See the difference? And all this in the 2nd or 3rd century AD, or maybe even before that. By the way, the Zhuge crossbow was last used in real battles in the late 19th century. It's not just a crossbow, but a timeless classic. And here's another interesting fact. The Chinese repeating crossbow shoots bolts at the same speed as the Winchester Model 1873 lever-action rifle. It's not as good as the AK-47, of course, but still. However, the automatic crossbow rifle is not the only technology of ancient China that amazes us. In southeast China, archaeologists found a 2,000-year-old working tool. It's a hydraulic hammer. Water plus gravity are the perfect tandem for agricultural work. The flow turns the logs and the hammers fall under their own weight, hitting the grain and crushing it. No electricity, no physical labor, no lunch breaks. The hydraulic hammer can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and each hammer will hit with a force of 445 newtons. So one machine will be able to replace up to 10 people. And it doesn't need to eat, sleep, snack, or check their Instagram feed. It's very convenient. Chinese craftsmen were far ahead of their time with this invention, at least by 15 years. For years, the hydraulic hammer was used to crush grain and produce flour. But some centuries later, it was used for metal casting during the Chinese Industrial Revolution. And it's still used all over the world in modern factories 2,000 years later. Of course, hydraulic hammers look and work a little differently today, but the principle remains the same.